Hey there, welcome back. Thank you for taking a look at this video. This one is on the Ha Giang loop. I finally got around to putting together some of the footage. I had some technical difficulties, mainly because of my age. I'm a dinosaur with this stuff. Um, anyway, it was out of order. It took me a long time to get the stuff back in order. And it's going to be a little bit like slides and some short segments of video taking you from Da Nang as we went up through close near Hanoi, motorcycling up and around up into Ha Giang and then up towards the China border and then back toward the coast and back down. We started out with 9 of us. The leader, he's been doing this for, I believe, 14 years. And he does 1 year going north, 1 year going south into the Mekong Delta. He's also been in several countries around the world. He's done a lot of exploring on motorcycle. He's been on different continents doing it. He and I were neighbors in West Seattle, and we did the North Cascade Loop Highway together. Anyway, when I got the invite, I was so happy. Skill level wise, there were 9 of us. I think I fit somewhere around 4 or 5 in there, and it was up there. I've been riding motorcycles most part of my adult life, and still at that. I want to say there were some areas that were pretty treacherous. No matter what equipment you have for recording or pictures or whatnot, it'll never do it justice. And there were times up in the Ha Giang Loop that it got a little sketchy, even for me, and I feel like I'm a pretty competent rider. Great. We went 3,000 kilometers. In short, there were 9 of us leaving Da Nang. One of us dropped out for a dental emergency, second day, and then we continued on. Another guy, he had an accident on the Ha Giang Loop. Luckily, nobody got hurt. It was one of those, was it avoidable? I don't really know. But everybody worked to the best of their abilities, and we had a couple guys pair off for one guy had an immigration appointment in the Philippines, and a couple guys had appointments to get back to in Hanoi. Blythe and I were the only 2 living here, so we were available to take our time. We scaled down 9 to 8, and then there were 6 of us, and then there was 4, and then we broke off into 2 separate pairs of 2, and made it back here to Da Nang after a 3,000 kilometer round trip. Anyway, one day, the longest ride was about 13 hours, and that was in the beginning, just to make some time on the flat ground. And we could take our time when we got up into the hills and the really cool stuff. I just wish that some of the pictures and video could capture what it really was, but sorry, can't. And there's a lot of stuff that I didn't get in there, and I apologize about that, but it was 14 days and I got it down to about 9 minutes. So at the end of the video, I'm going to share a couple other things, and mainly with regard to the police stops. There were 9 in total. That's right, 9 police stops in total. And CanSat GT, they're doing their best. That's the police of Vietnam. They're doing their best to keep everybody safe and alive. And unfortunately, somebody this year passed away on that. It is treacherous. Now, we didn't go with a guided tour, and that's because our leader Blythe's been doing this for so many years. Now you can, and it's most suggested that you do go with a company. There's other videos on that, but there are some precautions to take if you're going to do this on your own. Prices range all over the place, and if you know anything about me and my videos, I detest some of that clickbait stuff. In fact, just today I saw 2 from some locals here in Da Nang that were talking about the cost of living, and that's just clickbait stuff, man. If I wanted to retire and move somewhere like I'm living in a room closet, I'd look at those videos, but I'm not. I'm living in paradise. Look at this back here. People are so nice, and yeah, I'll probably edit that out. But at any rate, I won't talk about the price, but if you go with a company, do your shopping around, um, probably jostle my memory on a couple things. Yeah, I wanted to share a couple of cool stories. Oh, one quick story. I was last guy in the group to get to the hotel one evening at the start of things, and being the last guy, you get the last pick of the room, right? Well, they had given all the nice quality rooms out, and these rooms are pretty good too, man. They're nice. Anyway, so I figured, oh, well, that's the way it goes. So I was last one in. So it turns out I'm in the top floor. I go up to the top floor. Well, it also happens to be like the quarters of somebody that works there apparently. But there's a commercial kitchen up there. There's an 80-inch television with all the channels, a satellite, all the channels, everything. It was on the top. I have a full balcony, had commercial washer and dryer. I did my laundry up there. You know, the guys were kind of giggling. I was the last guy thinking I'd get the broom closet. I wound up having pretty good digs up there. I didn't take any food, but I helped myself to some coffee up there, and I got a great view of the city. And anyway, it turned out to be really good. So anyway, I'll watch this and hope you enjoy. And at the end of this, I'll tell you some more about those police stops.
Chasing deadlines, chasing time, lost in the future, obsessed with the next climb. But look right here beside us, just slow down and see the quiet, gentle magic that happens naturally. The way the light hits softly, the coffee's perfect steam. A scene too sweet for dreaming, better than any dream. Don't let the small things vanish, don't let them disappear. These are the quiet anchors that keep us steady here. Hold your breath just for a second, let the rush subside. We're living in beautiful moments, we have to freeze the frame. Tiny flashes of perfection worth more than fortune or fame. It's the unexpected laughter, the hand held in the rain, the sudden clear awareness that we won't pass this way again. These simple, honest treasures, we collect them one by one. These are the beautiful moments beneath the morning sun. I remember sitting silently, just
Cut him in, ride him on. Right. Where's Mama? Where's Mama? We're gonna go have fun at the pie.
Taking a dog for a walk.
Yeah, it's almost like that, isn't it?
You see those oxen or cows being worked on the side of the hill, side of the mountain?
Yeah. Go take a bath with them. You're starting to
I need a bath right about now.
Yes.
This is amazing, bro.
Amazing.
Say hi, Bliss.
Pretty sweet. This is about $13. That connects to the bomb shelter. Wow.
Well, What is it? Weapons.
People do decorations here, like.
What do you think, Blythe?
So he's aware of the problem. He's got his best people on it. We're gonna roll up our sleeves and we're gonna nip this thing in the bud.
Yeah, man, the tunnels were cool too. Caves in the beginning of the ride. We went through all the windy. Up in there, there were some parts where it was sheer cliff right off the road. As a group, we got stopped 8 times, and the police are doing their best job. Each time there were fines that they had cited. They said that we would be fined for. We all had our paperwork up to date. In my other videos, check those out. I talk about things that you're going to need, like your IDP. The IDP, depending on which country you get it in, may not be recognizable here in Vietnam. One group of police would stop us, and we might be held for 30 minutes or so while we showed all of our paperwork, talked through. The actual tourist groups with people on the back of the bikes, they were waved on. They were allowed to keep going through. We didn't break any laws. We did speed limit. So the night stop, I was in the actual town of Ha Giang, and I was by myself, and I came to a checkpoint in town where they were checking for drunk drivers, and I don't drink, so it doesn't even bother me. But they checked over my paperwork, and my IDP is from America, so they detained me for 40 minutes. The threat was 7 days impound with 16 million Vietnamese dong on top of that. Anyway, they wind up letting me go after about 40 minutes. None of us ever paid fines, but the scenario was there was one day that we had 3 stops in a row, and we were rounded up. It took us to an area, and we'd be there about 30 minutes, and then when we got let go, we'd go down the road about 4 or 5 kilometers, and then same thing. And anyway, they were doing their best to keep people safe. One of the guys in our group, he has all the drones, the cameras, he had these glasses that did recording, and there was some suspicion from one of the officers who knew what the glasses were. And he made, at one point we thought, okay, it'll be May of next year when we're released from some POW camp. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So we had to prove, I think most of our time in that one was proving we didn't have any footage. So if you're gonna go on one of these trips, probably your best bet's to get with a guide service. Of course, if you wanna know how guys in our group, we did it. A couple of us own our own vehicles. If you were to rent it, price is really low for a trip of a lifetime. So if you have questions, reach out to me in the comments. I'll share what I can, help you along. And as always, thank you again for watching this, and until next time, thank you.